Trafalgar D. Water Law, the Surgeon of Death and one of the best characters in all of One Piece. He's a highly intelligent badass with a legendary devil fruit, but right now he's up against an equally intelligent and powerful monster of a man that has not one, but two legendary devil fruits and three of his top commanders on standby. Is there any hope for Mr. Law? A lot of people are counting Law out. Even I did in my last chapter review, which you should check out. But then I got to thinking, after all we went through with Law, can this really be the end for him? I don't think so. At first, I thought that his only hope would be to give up the road poneglyph rubbings and that Blackbeard might just let him go. But seriously, would Blackbeard Marshall D. teach? Would he really allow someone like Law, who has a 3 billion berry bounty and a devil fruit worth at least 5 billion berries, just walk away? I think at the very least, he will try to capture him alive to either steal his devil fruit or turn him into the world government for the 3 billion berries that he is worth. Blackbeard is an opportunist, we know this, and is likely to take advantage of the fact that Law is pretty much by himself. Although Law has his entire crew with him, we all know that Law is pretty much by himself. His crew seems to be extremely weak. They haven't shown a single feat that would make us believe they could take out even one of Blackbeard's commanders, let alone 3 of them, plus Blackbeard himself. But what if I told you that even with the odds stacked completely against him, that Law will attain some sort of W and at the very least escape with his crew relatively unscathed? What if I told you that, but you guys would be like, but Last Yonko, how could he possibly pull off this? How could he possibly pull this off? It's Blackbeard and 3 of his commanders. He doesn't have a chance. You may be asking that. Well, I'll tell you right now. But first, click that subscribe button. You made it this far, you might as well. Law needs to escape. There's no way he's actually going to fully defeat Blackbeard and all of his commanders. But people don't think he can even pull off an escape due to the overwhelming force of the Blackbeard pirates and their new devil fruits. But there are 2 keys for Law getting out of this alive. One is the sea. Yes, it might have been obvious to many of you, but the sea will play a crucial part in Law's survival. As we know, Blackbeard and his crew are all confirmed devil fruit users. So if they were to maybe all be plunged into the bottom of the ocean, they would become pretty much useless. But then I'm sure some of you are like, oh, but Last Yonko, what about Von Augur? He has the warp fruit, meaning he can teleport out of the sea whenever he wants. And he can teleport everybody out of the sea whenever he wants, no matter how far they are, how close they are, how deep in the ocean they are. It doesn't matter. He doesn't even have to see them. He's a god. He's a god now. Well, my good lad, we don't know that for sure. For all we know, the warp fruit might only work on other targets, similar to Kakashi using his Kamui ability. It could be a range thing, or maybe it involves opening up some kind of small portal, similar to a Blue Nose door fruit. But since we do not know how exactly the fruit works, we will assume that the most troublesome combatant for Law is most likely Von Augur. He's definitely going to cause the most trouble. He has the most troubling power, and Law needs to take him out in order for the rest of his plan to work without much difficulty. It might even be worth sacrificing some stamina and using an awakening attack on Von Augur, just to get rid of him, right? Even if it's just temporarily. because once the support of Von Augur is put aside, all Law would have to do is create a massive room and teleport everyone under the ocean, disposing of everyone in the Blackbeard Pirates in one large-scale attack. Blackbeard, Jesus Burgess, Doc Q would be absolutely screwed. There's nothing that they would be able to do underwater. We don't even know how the warp fruit works, so we can't assume that Von Augur would be capable of teleporting his crew out of the water if he can't see them. So just assume that if Law manages to get everybody underwater except Von Augur, can Von Augur really teleport them all out, even if he can't see them, even if they're under the ocean? I highly doubt it. So really, Law has a lot of methods of getting out of this alive. He just has to find the opportunity to dispose of Von Augur as quickly as possible, just to have the best chance at winning this thing, right? And just look at how the chapter ends. Law is on land and Von Augur is still on the ship, while Blackbeard and Doc Q are flying right in front of him. I'm not saying it will be easy, but Law has the capability of pulling this off, and that is what this video is about. It's about giving Law a chance. If he can execute this plan perfectly, he's got this in the bag. One other thing we are not sure of, though, is if there are any other Blackbeard pirates waiting on standby, right? Maybe somebody's hiding that we haven't seen yet, but something tells me that it's just these four, Blackbeard and his three commanders. I don't think there's somebody else hiding around, because I believe they're either on Whole Cake or maybe even on Wano, which we will get to on a later video. So just to recap, Jesus Burgess and Doc Q are the smallest threat to Law. He can easily dispose of them. His main target needs to be Von Augur, and then Blackbeard soon after. Or even vice versa. Like maybe he could land a powerful attack on Blackbeard that involved an awakening to quickly dispose of him, and then quickly teleport Von Augur underwater. And if Von Augur teleports himself out, if we find out that he can in fact teleport out of the water himself, then Law will have to resort to another awakening attack, maybe like an ultimate gamma knife or a puncture willy even, just to get rid of Von Augur, who is the most troublesome and annoying combatant for Law in this battle. Honestly, another thing Law could do, and I don't want this video to be too long, so this will be the last thing. Law could technically shambles all of their souls and just switch everybody around into different bodies and create a ton of chaos, just like he did on Punk Hazard with the Straw Hats. But we know that won't happen. Apparently, Law isn't capable of doing things like that nowadays, because it's just a bit too overpowered, and I don't think Oda thought that one through this far. But that would be hilarious. Just imagine if Blackbeard and Doc Q switched bodies or something like that. I don't know. Or Jesus Burgess and Blackbeard. That'd be funny. If he somehow pulled that off, if Law somehow pulled that off, it would be GG for the Blackbeard Pirates. Once again, this will not be easy to pull off. It's actually rather unlikely, but I see everyone ruling Law out of this one, and I thought it'd be cool to make a video of just giving some possibilities of how Law could pull off this incredible feat, right? And I'd love to see it, and I don't think people are giving Law enough credit, right? He's similar to Mihawk. He's basically a Yonko caliber pirate with no crew, except that he does have a crew. They're just useless. But of course, there are more factors that could pop up, like more Blackbeard pirates, landing a sneak attack, or maybe imagine if Law's crew actually steps it up and we find out the guy with the whale hat is actually first Yonko commander level. We will simply have to wait and see. And knowing Oda, most likely we won't be seeing anything about this fight until sometime next year during a flashback. That's it for this video, guys. Do you think Law can escape the Blackbeard Pirates? Do you think he will be captured by Marshall D. Teach? Or worse? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. More One Piece content coming soon. Take care, guys.
So, I just got word that the spoilers are out, and I recorded this video on Sunday night. It is Tuesday afternoon, and I don't know if my theory was right or wrong, but just know that I haven't read the spoilers. I don't know what happened. So this theory is pre any 1063 spoilers, if that matters at all. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like if you did. Bye-bye.